just like, and I'm like, oh my God, the wheel's gonna fall off.
I'm like, oh my God.
I ordered these 1.5 inch wheel spacers up. I'll put links in the description where you can get yours. And yep, it's heavy. All us truck and car guys have toolboxes full of razor knives, but yet we always open things in the kitchen with the wife's cutlery. All right. Yeah, they make the different sizes, so be sure that you get the right bolt pattern for your vehicle. Like mine is, the Ford is 6 by 135 millimeter. Very good, very high quality. Forged aluminum, and they're hub centric. All right, so we'll look at the back one and I'll show y'all. See, from this view, it looks like it's really sticking out. But once you get to about the top, that's where it's at, right there. So it's not really that far out. It doesn't stick that far out. All right, so why do you want to run wheel spacers? People run wheel spacers for different reasons. Sometimes they have to be moved out when you do a certain lift kit with the A-arms contacting the factory wheel. And that's why they'll say factory wheels cannot be used with this type lift kit. And they will say, okay, I'll put a spacer on there if I want to keep my factory wheel, spaces it out a little bit. So other people, I like the aesthetics of it. I like the looks of a wide stanced truck. These are your factory studs. And when you buy a wheel spacer and you put this thing on, you want to make sure these studs don't protrude past this surface. If they come out through the holes and they're at any length over, you're gonna have to trim that stud off. But you're gonna hear me pull this till it clicks. That's 90 foot-pounds. All right. Now the hard part is getting this big ass 37 by 1350 back up on there. All right, we've got the passenger side front done, and I will show you what it looks like from that to that. And I absolutely love it. All right, guys, it is very important. You can't just use this thing and think you've got them tight. You have to put the board up, which is what we're going to do. And we're going to, it'll go this way because you're going to tighten. And we're going to torque these down to 90 foot-pounds. Like I mentioned on the other side, 90 foot-pounds. And yes, I do know you can put a screwdriver in the top of the rotor. All right, got the back one off. working it right now as we speak. About to finish this job up, guys. Looks really good. I'm very happy. It does rub a touch, but we're gonna fix that. Anytime you widen something, negative that offset, you better be ready to do a little trimming. Little trim done right in there just to keep it from rubbing. All's good. And you can see where I trimmed. This white piece normally comes way over here on these fender flares, so we just hacked it straight down like that. No rub, no more. All right, we ran into a snag on the wheel spacers. So earlier in the video, you'll remember I did the front first. Everything went so smooth. All right, didn't show y'all on the camera, but once got it finished, got the job complete, you know, did the rear second. Went down the road and I noticed in the side mirrors, my back tire on the driver's side was doing this. And I'm like, I've never noticed that before. So let me pay closer attention. Well, I look, I get somebody to drive the truck and I ride in the passenger side and I look at the passenger rear and front. Fronts are fine, no issues whatsoever, straight, true. Passenger rear is worse than the driver rear, and it's just like, and I'm like, oh my God, the wheel's gonna fall off. So I experienced firsthand what the issue is, and I'll go ahead and tell you, for some reason on the Fords, the lugs do not protrude 1.5 inches through the spacer. They're flush. Well, the job went so smooth on the front, when I'm doing the rear, I didn't even pay attention, and they stick through the spacer about a couple millimeters. I mean, it is minute, but it's enough that it will not fit flush up on the spacer. The wheel will not. So there we go. That's what the issue was. So now let me show you how I'm fixed it. I've already done the passenger side. Perfect. Let's do this one. Take them back apart. All right. So you see the spacer right there. All right, I'm gonna show you in just a second. I'm gonna show you first. All right, if you can see right here, 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 6 indentions. It almost made it into the main indention of the wheel, but it didn't. So that's what's holding the wheel off of the face of the spacer, creating the wobble. All right, we're gonna go back over here and I'm gonna show you. On the front, it was totally flush. By looking at this, you'd think, well, that's inside there, but it's not. Look at that, right there. Okay, I brought the wheel up under my carport. I want you to see those indentions again. Right there. There, it's already just about pushed the aluminum over the edge, made its groove really well. So you either cut the threads on your studs, which I highly do not recommend, or you can get your air compressor out with a honing bit. Pick that up. I'll put links in the description below. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus. All right. And all you're going to do with this honing bit, it cuts aluminum, metal, and we're just gonna route that out just ever so slightly. All right, real quick. I know in the comments there's gonna be some of you guys going, I am not grinding on my $2,000, $5,000 wheels. There is no way. I'd rather cut the studs. Perfect, the option is yours. But that is probably the only two options other than sending the spacers back, getting a thicker spacer. So thicker spacer, cut the studs, or grind a little section of the wheel out. The way I did it, I had to put it on first. Unknowingly, it made that little mark. So that was actually a benefit. Just drove it around the neighborhood. Do not get on the interstate, you know, especially like that. That's very dangerous. And that could have turned out bad. So I am posting my mistakes, as well as the finished product and all the great stuff that comes along with that. But I'm just saying, wheel spacers get a bad rap from idiots like me. So y'all pay attention, slow going, no stud protrusion to interfere with the face of the wheel. Okay, I just wanted to check the fronts, even though like I said, they're not wobbling. And I just wanted to double check, always double check. Check this out. The front studs are completely inside there. They're not sticking out. Sorry, I'm trying to wrestle with this tire and show you guys. Now, you saw on the backs, there are like two rungs hanging out, or two threads hanging out, I should say. On this one, we are fine. So I did the front first the other day and was making the video and just thought that the backs would do the same, and the backs were a little bit longer. Guys, let me know in the comments below, have you ever seen wheel studs that are longer on the back versus the front? I mean, I just don't know, you know, and obviously I'm not blaming Ford, because they manufacture it that way, and it's just a small amount. The rear is a little bit longer than the front. You know, dummy me should have paid more attention. I would have saved a little bit more work. Damn, neighbor's getting parts delivery. I really appreciate if y'all smash that subscribe button. Give me that thumbs up. I sure do appreciate it. Look at that wide mother.